cop, made friends, solved crimes, and even plays piano for the old folks.
A new hero becomes doggone popular in Dogman, one of few new movies I'll be reviewing this week on CJ at the Movies, along with two different kinds of robot films, one in which Sophie Thatcher plays a companion robot, and the other in which Kristen Stewart is a buoy. I'm Christopher Zweig. Let's take a look. I don't want people to be confused with Luc Besson's Dogman. This one is an animated feature based on the comic book series created within the Captain Underpants universe by Dave Pilkey, and telling the story of a cop and a dog who end up in an explosion that damages the man's head and the dog's body, and the doctors decide to combine them by placing the dog's head on the man's body, and he's now known as Dogman.
What if we sew the dog's head onto the man's body? Great idea!
Dogman!
The voice cast includes Pete Davidson as Dogman's rival Petey the Cat, Laurel Howery as the chief of police, Isla Fisher as an energetic reporter, and Ricky Gervais as a smart fish who is regenerated into an evil fish.
Are you with me, building? What is that? Is that a yes? Or... Okay, then.
Like DreamWorks Animation's other film, The Bad Guys, Dogman is like an expensive Saturday morning cartoon with its visuals, energy, and comedy. But like the first Despicable Me movie, it shows off its sweet side by having the kitten clone, Little Petey, trying to warm his evil father's heart. Even though the film lacks the depth and emotion of the studio's last film, The Wild Robot, it still is entertaining for kids and the grown-up kids that must accompany them, and I admire how Dogman's house is bigger on the inside than the outside. Companion is the latest in a series of humanoid robot films which include AI Artificial Intelligence, Ex Machina, and Megan. This one likes to toy with our emotions by starting off as a romance that basically splices Bewitched with the Stepford Wives and then transcends into a psychological thriller and dark comedy. Sophie Thatcher continues to shine in these recent horror films as Iris, who is a companion robot with her human boyfriend played by Jack Quaid. She doesn't know she's a robot until she kills a sadistic pig who tries to assault her. This sets off a bad chain of reactions.
Iris, wake up.
What are you doing? Shut her down already.
What is she talking about, Josh?
Wow, Josh.
The nightmare takes place at the deceased lake house, and other characters include Harvey Guillén and Lucas Gage as lovers who are a little more intimate than the trailers present them. Companion is wickedly funny, bloody entertaining, and also thrilling as we see how Iris is able to thrive against her opposers and how convincing Thatcher is in that role. This movie refuses to take the most obvious approaches and delivers with the right attitude, the right consistency, and the right programming. It questions about whether or not robots can overpower their programs and what human qualities they can possess. This is a lot of fun. Our next movie is Into the Deep, and this is not how you celebrate the 50th anniversary of Steven Spielberg's shark classic Jaws. Richard Dreyfuss plays another marine biologist, but he's the grandfather of a young woman played by Scott Taylor-Compton, whose father was killed by a shark as a child.
Don't have to do this. Your dad? The anniversary?
Ever since you were a little girl, you've been running from it. Are you ready to go towards the fear?
I need to do this.
She travels back to the same place in Thailand with her husband, played by Callum McGowan, but they and a few other travelers cross paths with some pirates led by John Seda. They want Taylor-Compton to go in the shark tanks to collect the drugs from underwater.
Take me to that in exchange for your lives.
Of course, more people, including the henchmen, are going to get eaten by the sharks, and I'm surprised that the drugs didn't supercharge or poison them. Into the Deep is a stupid and recycled movie with bad special effects. I mean, what did we really expect? And our next movie is Brave the Dark, which is set in the 1980s and tells the story of a teenager named Nate who sleeps in his car and robs stores for his survival. Nicholas Hamilton, who you may remember as the bully from the It movies, plays Nate, who gets arrested for his crimes, but the only person willing to help him and even give him a place to stay is his English teacher played by Jared Harris.
Where was the foster home you were staying at before?
I wasn't in a foster home. I was living in my car.
The kid needs to prove to the judge that he can be reformed, but of course he has many obstacles, including his girlfriend dumping him, the obligatory teen parties, and how he struggles to adapt to his teacher and caretaker's optimism. But more importantly, he's haunted by his tragic past regarding his dead mother.
Poor little homeless boy. I'm a charity case. It would make you feel good. What?
This is your only chance with the judge.
I can't do this. Everyone here is against me.
Why did you lie to me? Can't see you anymore.
Tina!
Brave the Dark is, of course, based on the true story with the teacher and student overcoming the odds. The screenplay isn't perfect, but it is honest and inspiring, especially when we try to figure out what happened in the boy's tragic past. Harris does a good job at using an American accent for his character, but he also displays the right tone, and Hamilton delivers his character with emotions and consistency. I guess these faith-based dramas have gotten better through the years. It's either that or I'm as optimistic as The Teacher. But I'm definitely not optimistic about Love Me, which I virtually saw from the Sundance Film Festival, and it was one of the few films that I didn't really care about. It's basically a live-action gender-swapped version of WALL-E with a smart buoy and a satellite after an ice age that killed off humanity. They start off as technology, and then they develop as humans in their own world, here in the form of Kristen Stewart and Yeun, or it could be a tedious version of her.
You are a human being!
Human being.
You're special. You're worthy. You're you.
I'm me.
And the coolest part is you get to be whatever you want to be.
I can be me.
If you need help finding friends or contact...
We could be friends. Pick a face. How about this face? This is how life forms make friends.
Okay, I'm not so sure I'm following.
Let's move in together.
There isn't much meaning inside Love Me. In fact, it's quite meandering when these two pieces of technology fall in love, have their conflicts, reunite, and then the cycle repeats itself. Correction, it's formulaic. How many romantic movies are we going to keep seeing of this sort? Probably a lot more, but in this case regarding the machine's transformations, are they actually becoming human, or is their world escapism from the end of the world? That's my question. If you're looking for an original sci-fi movie and had to choose between Companion and this film, I think you know which one you should see. Recapping this week's new movies: thumbs up for Dogman, thumbs way up for Companion, thumbs down for Into the Deep, thumbs up for Brave the Dark, and thumbs down for Love Me. Well, those are the new movies I'm reviewing this week. I'm Christopher Zweig. Stay safe, and I'll see you at the movies.